know the difference between theatrical lighting and stage lighting?
Oh, well, this is what I like to say about it. I like to look at it when it's done.
Okay, so I worded the question on purpose for all y'all out in their internet world. Theatrical lighting, stage lighting, or whatever you happen to call it, we're usually talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I think what a lot of churches are getting at when they say theatrical lighting, maybe they think about something they've seen, obviously, in a theater, live theater, maybe musical theater, something like that. Usually has like lights up on the ceiling.
Yep.
We call those electrics. Lights over the stage. Sometimes there's moving elements.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of churches are wondering, do I need theatrical lighting to have a good church service? What would you say to that?
I think that it's kind of sort of be the answer I give all the time, but it all depends on the church.
Sure.
Obviously, churches have kind of adapted this more modern sort of look where you got a lot of more stage sort of feel where things are black and, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of sort of becoming, the same sort of thing. But I think it just depends. It depends on the look you're going for.
Yeah.
Now with lights like this, they're a little bit warmer, and that does a really nice job. For skin tones,
especially if you can have such like a black stage and black
background. Yeah. I mean, if you got some just all LED, and they might look a little, washed out, or you kind of look a little too white or too blue looking or whatever. So having some more theatrical lighting can be really beneficial.
Well, in these days, what we're talking about is really like it used to just be in the theater because it used to be very expensive.
Yeah.
To get that look. We're talking about large systems. I was just talking with an electrician today. I said it's amazing. When we used to do theatrical lighting, we had to install these 300 amp service panels just to run the lights.
Yeah.
Because it was all incandescent bulbs, huge wattage. And now we can run an entire LED theater off of like one small service panel.
Yeah.
So the LED world has changed it a lot, but what you need to realize is if you're not a professional lighting technician, that there are actually decisions being made in the theatrical world that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
I remember because I grew up in high school theater, just like working it.
Yep.
I didn't know any of that. I didn't know there was color temperature. Color temperature matters a lot.
Yeah, it sure does.
Because if you pick the wrong color temperature, your people are going to look like Oompa Loompas or ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, a camera, for example, we could change the temperature on it, and we would look really bad right now.
So it's not just about deploying the right kind of lights, which we would definitely encourage you to go with a lighting company, a company that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of lighting companies today will provide services directly to you, or you can work through an AVL integrator such as ourselves.
Yeah.
But having that wisdom is going to help you purchase the right equipment and do it right. No matter what your lighting is, it needs to accomplish your goal. So first of all, it needs to light the people on stage. I mean, how often do we walk into churches that have plenty of lights and they're all pointed in the wrong direction?
Yeah. Yep.
And especially now that most churches are live streaming, like you're going to really be in trouble.
Yeah.
Like lighting is so important when you put cameras in on it.
Exactly.
And then I can think of another church that we work closely with, and we've had this conversation with their tech director so many times. They have 100 moving lights behind them, really cool backdrops, all this amazing stuff. And they are unwilling to put key lighting in, which is this lighting that hits the face.
Yep. Technically, it's hitting us behind us.
Well, yeah, we're backwards.
Flipped around.
But if this was working like the normal theater, and so you've got this most amazing light show. Or I think of that church you talked about that has the big LED wall.
Yeah,
what was
and
that like?
There's a big LED wall, which you've got right here, and you've got a lot of light coming this way.
It's bright.
And then there's no light coming this way. And they're working on it. They're a church plant, so they're working on it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it matters. Lighting matters.
And in that case, they need to apply a theatrical lighting system to light the pastor, because the content behind him looks really cool, but it's so bright you can't see his face.
Correct.
You just see this outline of his body. And a little bit of key lighting placed in the right spots is going to really help clean that up. So no matter what lighting you do choose to put in your church, make sure that it's accomplishing the goal.